spare me all that, please. Why do you keep defending this woman?
Son, I am not defending her. I am speaking of a woman I know very well.
You know her?
Yes.
You think you know her?
Listen, son, I will advise you to go to Wevu Ramanonambu's place and talk to her. Please don't say no. Please don't say no.
Great news. Wonderful, beautiful news. I mean, this is the happiest news I've ever heard. Oh, don't misunderstand me, my brother. I am just so happy. Hey!
Can you tell me exactly why you're happy?
I am happy. I'm happy because your friend of yours is finally going to look at me now as his queen. Something he was supposed to do way before now. I was only keeping this privilege for him because he's your friend, though. He was married one stupid possessed Okukwe that could not even give him a child.
I won't be a party to that. Don't cast aspersions on a woman who already surrendered to the central deity of Anenu. Humans don't mess with deities.
Must you always find a way to kill joy? I was not talking about the deity. Why are you smuggling the deity into this one? I'm talking about Okukwe. Eh? This is not my mouth. Don't I have the full right to use it as much as I want and how it pleases me? I'm talking about that possessed child.
Don't talk about her like that. I won't be a party to it.
Oh, it's so bad. But please, oh, let me tell you, in all sincerity of heart, I am believing that you will not disappoint me this time, Onyebuchi.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Let me see. Can you say you don't understand? Don't pretend like you don't understand what I'm talking about. Don't disappoint me. Oh. Don't.
This is a great opportunity for me to achieve what I once lost.
You will never cease to amaze me, Chizoba. Didn't you hear the said a particular spirit tormented her life all the while she lived in the palace?
How is that my business? Probably the spirit knows that she was not the queen of this kingdom. That was why the spirit tormented her. Me, I am the queen of this kingdom.
Chizoba, you can go ahead and have the king all to yourself. I am no longer interested.
Wait. Did I just hear you say that?
Yes, you did. For whatever that will make your queen run from the palace must be something serious. I was prepared to be your queen, but I wasn't prepared to die.
I am so glad to hear you say this. You are absolutely correct, my dear.
She has finally given up. I know you can never compete with me. She's a bird that shines brighter than the morning star. Who can dare me?
Jesus.
You haven't still said anything. I thought I've told you already. Eh? Did you tell me? I am no longer interested. Did you really mean what you just said? Of course, Suju. Eh? The queen ran from the palace because she was tormented by an evil spirit. Who knows what the spirit could be? Eh? To me, that's a bad development. And that has made me lose interest. Nkole, I can't believe you. You have to believe it too. Eh? Don't you think that this is the best time for you to try your luck and see if you could win the king and become the queen like you've always wished? Uju, you can go and try your luck. But as for me, I am no longer interested. Eh? My life is too precious for me. I don't want to die young.
Who did I offend?
None.
What did we do to Okukwe that made her brought this level of shame to our family?
Ugoma, I totally disagree with you on that.
You disagree with me? Meaning what?
Okukwe has not brought any shame to us. We must wait for her to hear from her. Eh? She had already submitted herself under the protection of the central deity of Enugu. And it remains a sacrilege for anyone to castigate her without being sure.
What is wrong with you? Okukwe. Get it for.
Mama, please. Please, I beg you in the name of God. I want you to reason with me on this. I have not moved in my spirit to marry Obiozo. If I finally do so, I married him against my wish. Mama, please. See reasons with me, please.
Whatever spirit that is in you here, that is making you to choose to marry Atweni, ordinary chemist man, only motorcycle, as against the king to be of this great kingdom, the king that will inherit the palace, then he will be in charge of all the revenue in this kingdom. He's a backward spirit, and Ugoma will jump and pass the spirit. I say no to it. See, stop that. You are going to be the queen.
Mama, you don't understand. There's no spirit inside me. I'm talking of internal conviction as a woman. It is not driving me towards Obiozo.
Whether internal or external, you don't have a choice here. What I am sure is that you are going to marry Obiozo. He ga abu queen. Aga m abu nne queen. Ogi igwe. O ihe nga abu. Nkobu na ị na-akọ gbasara gị. Forward ever, backward never.
And what exactly is your point?
My point is that Okukwe left the king because she doesn't love him.
Ugoma, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You heard our daughter said a spirit tormented her while she was in the palace. Did you miss that part or what? Didn't you?
I am confused.
You are more than confused.
Honestly, Nani, I am getting more confused on daily basis. Who have we offended? What useless spirit will go and chase my daughter away from that great palace? Eh? No, Mba.
Is it possible that she has another man like I think? But she swore on the staff of the central deity that she wouldn't dare to do such. Or does it mean that she also lied to the deity? A spirit tormented her life. Is that also true? What spirit? What spirit could that be? I need to see her.
I humble myself before the king. May you reign forever. Mesoma, the sister to your friend, is here to see you. Should I let her in?
Let her come.
Yes, sir.
Greetings, my amiable king. I am sure you make a glorious reign.
Mesoma, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Why have you come? Are you here to see me on your own, or you're here because your brother asked you to come see me?
Can I at least sit? Well, I am here on my own account, and that is because I have missed you.
Really?
Yes, really. You look bored. Is it anything I can handle? Is there something I can do?
I'm very fine, Lisa.
Yes, I understand you perfectly. But just so you know, if there's any way I can help, I'll be glad to help.
I'll keep that in mind. If need be, I'll let you.
Sure. And knowing that I am a very important guest here, I'm thinking that you have them entertain me.
But I told us. I told us that she was never a queen. Because she didn't receive sword of the queen from the late queen. And you all dismissed me. What is happening now? Finally, am I not vindicated?
Well, Ichie Okwanasanya, you are right. She was supposed to receive the sword of the queen. Yes.
So you agree with me now? You agree with me here now? Did you agree with me ever before the king?
It is not like that.
No, it is not. No, how then is it like? How then is it like? Why do we sit like men and behave like women? No, even women have become more aggressive than us. Hey, to the best of my knowledge, she told Owezo Biozo that her heart was with another man. That means from the deepest part of her heart, she was already married to another man. Obiozo used his power as the one named as the coming king to take another man's wife. To fear what?
Well, we all know that a king, or a king to be in our land, has the right to name any woman his wife.
Any woman, you say? That is to say, the one who is free. The one in question is not free. That's what I know. And that is the truth that all of you know but have continuously refused to acknowledge. Ezobi also used his power to take another man's wife. And if you ask me, I will tell you that he is a coward. That's why he will do what he did.
It is our king that you are talking about.
And he's right.
Calling him a coward automatically means you are passing a vote of no confidence on him.
I am not going to dwell on that. Because from the deepest part of your heart, you know that I am telling this council the truth.
Stop undermining our king. Stop that. It is not right.
Honor. In the hierarchy of justice administration in this kingdom, where are you placed? No, who are you on that hierarchy to be talking back to a man like me? Who?
Please, show some respect to our king.
Respect should be given to those who are worth it. Not those who don't deserve respect. How can you give them respect? Ezobiozo that you are defending broke a man and took his wife because that man was helpless. And that man happens to be a man of our land. All of us are supposed to be very angry. Why are we defending him? No, why are we defending him? A man that can do that does not deserve any iota of respect from me. We all know what is right, please. Let us do it. Please, let us do it.
What is it between you and Ezobiozo that is making you so excited?
Mom, I've been seeing for some time now. And the way I'm seeing him, he will marry me.
Onyinyechi, are you mad?
Mama, what do you mean?
I want you to stay away from King Obiozo, who rejected you before he became a king. Didn't I?
Mama, but
Shut up! Not just that. His wife ran away from the palace with the story of a spirit tormenting her life. And you are here telling me that he will marry you. Biko Kwano, am I the one that gave birth to this fool? Now, let me warn you. Let this be the last time you will ever discuss that with me. And if you know what is good for you, you better start desisting from associating with him. Stupid girl.
What do you see?
I must be honest with you, Your Majesty. This is mightier than me.
Your Majesty, I suggest you go to Wefiu Ubamanabu's place and see her. At least see her and hear from her.
Ogugwe, do you like this place? I mean, do you enjoy staying in this house with me?
Of course, Ezemo. I feel relaxed and comfortable here. My mind is at peace, unlike when I was staying in the palace.
It's all I need to know. If you need anything, tell me.
Thank you, Ezemo.
We cannot pretend. If the eyes can see, if the ears can hear, if I would know it, if I would know
Believe me, son, you're doing the right thing. You really need to see and hear from her.
May you live long, my king. Greetings, Your Majesty. Greetings, Ini.
Chizoba, how are you?
I'm fine, my king. How are you doing?
As you can see, our king is fine. So how may we help you?
I came to check on you, my king.
You came to check on our king. Did anyone tell you he was sick?
No,
For your information, our king is going to see his wife. So if I were you, I would leave immediately.
This little girls. Well, that was harsh, Mom.
It was harsh.
Really harsh.
That's the only way to deal with people like that. If you give them a welcoming hand, they keep coming. And that's the problem I have with you.
Maybe I'm just too nice.
Which nice? Go.
You're not done with the cooking yet. Inesiokude?
Leonyebuchi, is there anything else you know apart from food? Why is it always food? Ogini?
Is that an insult?
Call it whatever you like. You can as well interpret it in any form you choose. What is wrong with you? Why is it always food? I don't blame you. You are just like your friend Obiozo, just in a different version. Birds of the same feather. He pretends and acts as if he is interested in me. But deep down in him, he does not even have an atom of love for me.
Mesoma, must you always talk back at me? Don't you know I'm your elder brother? Don't joke with me.
What are you going to do? Elder brother, Hit me as usual. Go ahead and hit me. I am tired of you treating me like a maid in this house. Ugly! I am not your wife. I am not your maid. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me. Kill me. Kill me. Leave me alone.
Give me food. That's all I want to do.
I am not your maid.
Give me food.
I am not your maid.
Give me food.
I am tired.
Give me food. Never think I'll hear.
What is going on? What is happening? Why are you doing this, Okukwe? How can you just wake up and leave the palace with some story about a spirit tormenting you? Okukwe, I am angry. I am confused. But I have come here to speak with you. To hear you out. Understand why you are doing this to me. What have I done to you?
I'm sorry. Okay.
Your king. So you now address me as your king and not your husband.
The truth is that I left and abdicated my position as the queen because of the spirit that tormented me all the while I lived with you in the palace.
What spirit? Okukwe, what spirit are you talking about? What spirit? I can't see any spirit. There are no spirits hovering around in the palace. What are you saying? I can't see no spirits.
Eyes can see, if the ears can hear, if I will know me, if I will know me.
I can't believe I finally got married to him. Gods of our ancestors, please see me through in this marriage, for I don't know how to start being a wife to a man I do not love.
You're living with a man who already started a sacred process in Nofia. Who are you? I am Ebelenu of Nofia. Your destiny is somewhere else, for you are sitting on the destiny of a maiden of Nofia. And as long as you are still in this marriage, carrying the weight of a man whose destiny is tied to a maiden of Nofia, you will have no peace. You are forbidden from mentioning my name or visit to anyone. You can only do this when you have left. If you disobey me, I'll kill you and your remains must be brought back to Nofia for burial. I repeat, you can only discuss me when you are no longer in this marriage. Make the noble move and make it fast. As long as you're still in this marriage, carrying the weight of a man whose destiny is tied to a maiden of Nofia, you will have no peace. And remember, you are forbidden from mentioning my name or my visit to anyone while you're still in this marriage. Go against it and I'll kill you. Make the noble move and make it fast.
What happened, my queen? Who is after you?
What is it? What happened? What is going on? What is it? You okay?
She said nothing to us, Your Majesty.
Yes, Your Majesty. We just asked her a question. My daughter.
Huh? It's fine. I'll handle this. Alright, relax. Look at me, look at me. What is it?
What am I going to do now? She warned me not to mention a word of it to anyone. He's becoming more curious. Should I tell him? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Your destiny is somewhere else. You are sitting on the destiny of another. You will have no peace until that maiden regains her position. Then mention me to anyone while still in this marriage. And I'll kill you mercilessly, and your remains must be brought back to Nofia for burial. Make the noble move and make it fast.
Ebelenu of Nofia. That's her name. She kept visiting me to the point I started losing my mind. I had no other option than to leave like she instructed. Are you telling me that you don't know anything about it?
Is there a problem? Why are you looking at me like that?
You said you are a man of an Enugu.
Yes, I'm from an Enugu. Is there a problem?
You will become the king of an Enugu.
Well, I'm from a family of kingmakers, quite all right, but I cannot become king because the elders are already preparing the prince to become the next king. So
the prince will not be the king of Ala Enugu. Proceed to Ezunwo Binago. Descend from the wind of maidens. You will meet a young woman right inside the lake, offering a sacrifice to Ebere, the goddess. If you can convince her to bless you, you become the king of an Enugu.
Who are you? Are you a seer?
I am Ajebu Nkita of Nofia, the mechanic doing everything possible not to become a full-time seer. But it comes and goes like it came now. Those that believe in me take whatever I said very serious. You will be the king of an Enugu.
I am yet to know who my husband is going to be. But Ebelenu, the mighty goddess of Ezunwo Binago, I pray that whoever that is going to be my husband will be the greatest among all men. You promise that I will be happy in my marriage and that the women of the land will see me as their role model. All this you promised me. My parents are beginning to ask when I'm bringing a man to them. I don't just want to bring any man to them, but the one which you promised. All these I ask, this bright Eke market day.
He said,
please, Don't stop praying. Please.
And who are you?
A man from Enugu. I have just been informed that I stand a chance of becoming king in my land. And that the possibility of that happening lies in your prayers and blessings. Please. Pray for me and bless me. Pray for me.
What do I stand to gain if I make these prayers?
Iruka, you are the most beautiful woman that I have ever seen in my entire life.
Thank you, Obiozo. But that does not answer my question. If I make these prayers and it happens as you wish, what do I stand to gain?
If you permit me, Iruka, I would want to make you my wife.
Mighty Goddess, you heard all he said and promised. I am beginning to feel that you're beginning to answer my prayers. Please, Mighty Goddess, answer the prayer that I just said for him and grant his heart desires.
He said, I want to promise you that I'll never disappoint you.
Thank you, Obiozo.
Iruka was the only lady that prayed for me at the river in Northia. I cannot remember any Belenu. No. I don't know anyone like that.
So this is true?
Listen. It is not what you think.
What is it then?
Listen. I'm here to talk to you. I am here so that you and I can sort things out. But I need you to trust me, okay? The people of Enugu, they want answers. The elders are on my neck. Can you please come with me? At least go back to the palace and denounce everything that you have said. And then we can sort this out. Please, I plead with you.
Are you serious? You want me to go to the palace with you after the story I just heard? To do what? How can you be this insensitive and you call yourself a king?
Okay. My love. Are you actually serious that you're no longer my wife? This thing that you're saying...
I was never your wife, Obiozo. You used your power as the then coming king to declare me your wife, even when I made it clear that my heart belongs to another.
From the moment I saw you, I loved you.
You took me to your palace and raped.
No, I just wanted you.
You raped me many times.
I'm sorry.
It's so hard to forget everything. Everything. Now that I'm in the protection of the central deity. Please, Obiozo, please, don't complicate my problems.
Please don't leave me. Oh, I love you.
You did not mention this to me all this while. Why did you hide it from me?
My apologies, Mother. It wasn't intentional. It was...
This is not good at all. It is not good. Not good.
Look, Mom. All of that is in the past now, okay? Right now, it's about my wife. I want her back. What do I do? She has surrendered herself to the protection of the central deity of Anenugu. I cannot get her back forcefully. I'm confused. What do I do, Mom? I want my wife back. I want her back. I can't remain like this without her. I want her back.
Your lake. Why did he hide it to me? Why didn't he mention it?
Why are you tense? Eh? Aren't you tired?
I am not tired, Chigi. Tell me, why should I? I thought Okukwe abdicated her position as the queen of this land. So why should he still go and meet her? God, as if that was not even enough. You needed to have seen the way the mom dismissed me. I felt so embarrassed. And what's funny with what I just said?
I thought you said the king belongs to you. Go ahead and have him now.
And what does that mean? Are you kind of mocking me?
Wait, Chizoba.
Yes, my
It's okay. Forget about the king. A better man will come for you. Eh? It's okay.
Really?
Yes, it's okay.
Alright. Thank you very much. And as for you?
You want to become queen. Look at your queen. See your queen, Her Royal Majesty.
Your Majesty, this is absolutely strange. You never told me.
Well, I didn't think it was necessary. But I've just told you. I didn't make anything out of that promise, actually, you know.
Are you serious? A promise that was made under such a spiritually charged atmosphere is what you dismiss as nothing?
Dad. Hey. Yes, I need you to go to my in-laws, Zobiefuna. Tell him that I want to see him immediately.
Okay, Your Majesty, why are you summoning the man?
He has to come here and tell us what to do. I want my wife back, all right? And that is what I have to do. You, someone or the elders, tell them that I need to see them immediately.
Obi, it's me. You've not seen a ghost. It's me. I missed you.
How come? How? I mean...
I heard all that happened. To cut it short, that's the reason I had to come back to Anenugu. I've missed you. Please sit down. We have a lot of catching up to do. I don't even know how to start.
I told you that this case isn't an ordinary. But trust me, the gods are not sleeping.
Man, you don't understand. You don't. I was once the mother to the queen of this great kingdom, but not any longer.
Is that actually your main concern?
Kukwe is possessed by that same spirit that she's claiming that drove away from the palace.
Shut up and mind what you allow into your greedy thoughts. Ugoma, are you out of your senses?
Kukwe, have you seen what you've caused me?
Greetings.
Greetings, my son. I guess I have a message from the throne.
Yes, Zobefuna. The king demands to see you now.
All right, we shall go together.
Do you know why he's calling you?
Ugoma, he is only a messenger. I will be right back. Let's go.
Zobiefuna, what I do not understand is why you have blatantly refused to do anything about the matter at hand. Listen, if I were you, I would tell my daughter to denounce all that she has said and go back to her husband. She is a married woman. That is the right thing to do.
Thank the gods you are not here. Why are you looking at me? This man here is a true son of an Enugu. And I am certain that no matter the intimidation and temptation from well-positioned men, that he is not going to undermine the sanctity of our cultural heritage in this kingdom and play to gallery.
Did I ask you to interfere?
I'm sorry, Your Majesty, if you believe I'm interfering, but I'm making a point. I don't understand. Why should we summon a titled man, stand him here, and we are questioning him like this? Let us even assume that we have forgotten everything. Did we equally forget that this man is an insane here in Enugu? Did we?
Bridle your tongue, Ichie, and keep quiet. Ichiano, I am talking.
Your Majesty, please do not be offended. Remember, we have not heard from Zobiefna yet. Come here now, please. Don't mind Ichie Okwana Sanya, who finds it difficult to respect constituted authority. Is that what you think? Yes.
Zobiefuna,
Your Majesty.
the others are seated. They want to hear you. What do you have to say for yourself?
Apologies for the inconveniences, Your Majesty. Actually, Your Majesty, there is nothing I can do about this.
There is nothing you can do.
Yes, Your Majesty. Just like you know our custom and tradition. My daughter has already submitted to the protection of the staff of the central deity of Aneni. This is totally beyond my mind.
Can you hear the voices of the gods watching us, seeing what we're doing?
I'm speechless as you are, Ichie. But we all know that any woman who has been married to the king can no longer be married to any other man inferior to the king.
Oh yes.
It's a fact.
Oh no, you are right. But I still wonder what Okupe's plan could be. Could it be she wants to remain single for the rest of her life? Or what?
Because, let me just ask something. It doesn't cancel. Are we still mentally sound? Ibiakwa. Ichiokwa Nasanya. Is this not supposed to be an insult? How is that an insult? No, should I be the one reminding us that the gods have their way of doing things? No, should I be telling us that? Okukwe did not receive the son of the queens from all the previous queens that ruled in this kingdom. In fact, the very last queen that died did not define her fate. We all know this. Ezobiozo is the cause of his misfortune. We need to rise up like men that sit in council. Go back in there and tell him that to his face. Why are we not doing that? Okwana Sanya Obune, Monare Bubo, Maria Nekino Kwese, Kamu Manishi Jele, Bob now. Oruko to get all seven.
Okwana Sanya, you are too blunt for an idiot.
For crying out loud. That may be my problem, but I like to say things exactly the way they are.
You made this for me?
Yes, my love, I did.
Atwin, how come? When did you learn how to cook? Because the last time I checked, you were a chemist that eats more of noodles.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Before now, I couldn't cook a thing, but I learned how to cook in my mother's place. And also, I learned a lot of things that I couldn't learn in an Enugu.
Wonderful.
And also, I brought you this.
Why are you doing this?
I know you have a lot of them, and also you need a lot of them.
You have not answered my question. Why are you doing this, Atwin?
I am doing it because I care. Please, my love, take them.
Please, please don't call me that. Please.
Apologies.
Thank you. May the gods reward you.
You say... So can you eat your food before it gets cold?
Of course I will. Let me just drop this, then get water. Thank you.
My king, are you not going to ask me why I am upset?
Why are you upset?
Your guard just got on my nerves.
He was doing his job.
He's lucky I'm not a queen yet. I would have dealt with him.
Were you saying something?
My king, I've been meaning to ask you, why is it taking you forever to understand that I am the right woman for you?
Can you speak in clearer terms? What do you mean?
What I mean is, I have all the queenly attributes you need in a queen. Apart from making you the happiest man on earth, I am so sure to give you all the good counsels you might be needing in any of the challenges that may surface in your reign as king. So you see, Listen, I understand. You may think that I will turn you down, but I am telling you here and now that if only you say the word, I'll be yours forever.
Is that so?
Yes, that is so.
It is public knowledge that you are a maiden who is always angry. What is the reason for this current anger?
Is he not your friend?
Which of my friends?
Who else? Obiozo, the so-called king.
And what about him?
I don't know if he's blind. I think he's blind or something.
Mesama, it is the revered king of Enugu that you're talking about.
Who cares if he's a king or not? He can be the president of this country for all I care. I do not care. I don't understand. Why would he thwart all my efforts of making him see how attractive I am?
No, that?
What does he even think he is? What does he think he is? You know what? I just found out today that man, Obiozo, is not my match. He's not even my kind of man. So I here and now give up. I do not want him again. He can go ahead and marry any useless maiden out there.
Mister, what did you just say? Are you sure about what you just said? So you finally gave up? You finally gave up? Hi! With your disrespectful attitude, which reasonable man will want to marry you? You just stab him to death.
You keep bringing food for me every day.
Yes, because I always want you to eat and be happy.
Thank you.
What is it?
Why are you not married yet? Irrespective of the fact that I married another.
You never care to ask all this while, not until I return.
It's not late to get an answer, is it?
Not at all. To be honest with you, I stayed unmarried because I knew that someday you will come back to me.
How do you mean?
I had a revelation from the goddess of healing when you originally got married, and she told me that you're my wife. So I had to wait because I know that the goddess of healing would never lie to me.
I don't know what you're saying, but you and I know that any woman that was married to a king cannot marry another man that is inferior to a king. She can marry another king, yes, but not anyone under the king. In fact, it's punishable by death for an ex-queen to marry any man inferior to the king.
You're right. I'm aware. But I once had a dream where we were joined in marriage and a king blessed the marriage.
Well, Atoyi, I'm not leaving this place to avoid the wrath of the king.
I don't know how long you intend staying in this place, but I want to let you know that I'll keep visiting you and I'll keep bringing you food as usual. So, why don't you go ahead and eat your food?
Is this not an opportunity to win the king? I have to tell him what I've just seen.
You're beautiful, right?
Ah!
Thank you. In your mouth. Let me clean your mouth. I find this fish very well.
Well, you find it for me, not
Yeah, no, it's for you now. I might do that. One is quite big. It's quite big. Let me give you. It's for you. I'm not dragging it. It's for you.
What did you say?
Your Majesty, I swear on the staff of the king that I did not just see them, but I saw love in their eyes.
You saw what? My own Okukwe?
Yes, Your Majesty.
You saw what? Huh? No. It is not possible.
My king!
Find me that boy that they call out twin. Find him for me, Mose. And when you find him, do it.
That wish will be granted that night. I will do just that.
Go, Mose.
There is problem, Mama. These people are asking for trouble, Mom. They want to see the stuff that I am made of, but I will show them. I will show them who I am. Hey! I trained you.
I will come for you. Trust me, you won't see me coming. I want to be left alone, Mom. If you don't mind, could you please just excuse me? Thank you.
Yes, I shouldn't worry about that. All I know is definitely he will lose interest in her and then make me his wife. I'm the winner. Onyenyechi, you are the winner.
That lie will forever remain in your mouth. Mama. That lie will ever remain in your mouth. Did you hear me? Mama, you are very useless to call me that name. After my warning against king and his wife, you still think and see the king.
Mama, that's not what you think.
Shut up! Any more word from you, Onyinyechi, you will regret being my daughter. Now let me warn you for the very last time, Onyinyechuku. If you ever mention that name in this house again, Onyinye, you will regret having me as your mother. You know young Wagikita. Come no kwage again.
Get my phone.
Oh, that was it, Uju.
Well, thank the gods. That reminds me.
What?
The king.
What about him?
I never believed it when you said you were no longer interested.
Oh, you thought I was joking?
Yes.
Well, it's all right. I'm glad you've now confirmed that I wasn't joking. You see, there are some circumstances surrounding the king. And like I told you before, I wouldn't want to end up in such a place. Neither would I want to be tormented by some spirit.
I don't understand you. But does it mean you never loved him?
My main priority was to be queen. But I would have started loving him if he had married me though.
I can't believe this. So, before you start loving him, you will actually allow a man to grace the woman in you?
That has passed already. Tell me about you.
What about it?
Is it that you never wanted to be queen?
Seriously?
So, tell me.
Mom, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about the way I spoke to you earlier today. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Huh?
I'm not really angry with you. I totally understand.
Has it been unforgiving?
Okay, if that is what you want to hear, I forgive you.
Thank you so much. I'm just worried, you know. All I want is for everything to be well, for things to be fine around here.
All will be well again. The gods are not sleeping. Oh, by the way, son, what about the young woman of Nofia you promised marriage? And Ebele Eno of the same pleas that tormented Okukwe while she was here with us. You've not told me anything about them so far.
Body can't hear you. Who are you? And what are you doing in my compound? I asked again, woman, who are you?
Stay away from what is deeper than you.
What's that supposed to mean? What nonsense are you talking about? Do you know the man you just entered his compound? What is it in this kingdom do you consider deeper than me?
A man who is already blessed by the goddess of healing cannot be killed for diligently working after her gift to him. That woman belongs to him. Even after her blunder of rejection, he waited. Make any attempt of killing him, and I will ensure you die the most miserable death in the history of an Enugu. If you feel you're a man, use your gun. Shoot me as I'm leaving.
Your Majesty, based on what happened last night, I'm suggesting you leave the woman who already abandoned you to be with the one she loves.
So what are you talking about? This is a woman that I have slept with. I've had carnal knowledge of her, not once, not twice, several times. No other man in an Enugu is qualified to be with her. You cannot say that.
With due respect, Your Majesty, I think you did not hear me clearly. When I told you about a woman who came to me, she was emphatic. She told me I would die the most miserable death in the history of an Enugu if I ever try to kill Atuenyi. She also told me the ex-queen belongs to him, Your Highness.
A woman appeared to... Who is this woman? What does she look like?
Your Majesty, from the things I observed, she was the same woman who tormented your ex-queen when she was living here in this palace with you. That woman was not a spirit. She was pure and commanding. I'm sure I came face to face with the goddess.
The goddess?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Goddess from where?
The throne and the prince in all land.
I greet you.
Atweni, how are you?
I'm fine, Ezemo.
I can see you brought food for Kukwe, as usual.
Yes, Ezemo.
I know something special is attached to this, but I can't explain for now. Anyway, it's alright. She's inside.
Thank you, Ezemo. Woman that the goddess of the healing gave to me as my wife.
Atweni.
I will love you and always love you forever.
Atweni, you're already here with food.
Yes. A queen must be served something very early. You are my queen. And forever you will be. So please arrange yourself to eat something, even before you brush your mouth.
It looks delicious. It smells nice too.
Yeah. I woke up very early this morning to prepare that special for you.
Thank you.
I hope you slept well.
Yes, I did. And guess what?
What?
I saw you in my dream last night.
Really?
Yes, really.
Okay. Tell me more about it.
We are just going down a lake.
Okay.
Playing, holding each other. It was so real.
Yes, it's real, my love. And it's already happening, just like I told you. The goddess of healing would never lie to me. I'm already a great man for people from all walks of life, depending on my medicine to survive. Yes. And for your information, I've already completed my house. And just in 3 days back, I ordered a brand new car. But I will be greater if you will be my wife.
I am happy for you. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you, my love. Now, go ahead and eat your food.
My special okwa, you mean?
Yes.
You learned well.
Why are you behaving as if it is nothing? She left the palace and abdicated her position as the queen of this land just to be with that useless fool called Atweni.
Atweni. The chemist that turned greatest herbalist of this land. A man who has come face to face with the goddess of healing is not a useless man. Ugoma, you have to be very careful with your utterances. He was scheduled to marry Okukwe before Obiozo. Let me also remind you that She did not leave the throne or abdicate her position as the queen because of her twin. She did because a force mightier than her threatened her life. So stop castigating my daughter. Eh? You will force me to lose it one day. Ugomma. Ugomma.
What am I going to do? How am I going to send this girl back to the palace to continue as the queen? Talk to me, my king. What is troubling you this time?
I'm losing my mind, mother.
God forbid. May the gods forbid. That will never happen.
It just might happen, mother, if nothing changes around here. Mom, why would Okuke leave me? Huh? What did I ever do to her? I mean, look at it. It takes 1 month, just a couple of weeks for every queen in Enugu to get pregnant. She didn't get pregnant. But I kept loving her. I kept being her husband, treating her right. What did I not do for her while she was here? Not for once, Mom, did I consider the option of getting another wife, in spite of the fact that she couldn't give me a child. No. So why would she be the one to wake up one day and leave me? Why?
Son, you know, that was why I said you should make inquiries about the woman that was tormenting her and the one you promised a marriage in Northia. I believe so much that when everything is sorted out, it will be fine again.
Mom, nothing happened in Northia. Nothing happened. I can't remember anything. But even if anything happened, all that happened when I was just an ordinary person. Now that I have been crowned king, whatever it is that I must have said becomes null and void. It becomes invalid, Mom. That is not the issue. The issue is that I am a married man now, a man who loves and misses his wife. Where is Okukwe? Where is she?
If everything became invalid when you were crowned king, why was the goddess still disturbing her?
Oh, Mom, Okukwe made that rubbish up just so that she can run back to that chemist. Oh, yes. You couldn't see through her? Okukwe and that chemist. It will not happen. Not as long as I sit on this throne, Mom. It will not happen. I'm hungry. I'm just generally uncomfortable, Mom. If I can find food to eat, I would appreciate it.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Stop it. What do you want?
I thought you could be bored, Your Majesty, so I decided to come.
If I am bored, I will call people here to sit with me and have me entertained. What do you want?
Oh, Your Majesty.
I am fine. What do you want?
Do you then mean I should leave?
Yes. Leave.
Are you sure about what you just said? Or maybe I didn't hear you clearly.
Onyebuchi, you heard me well.
This is good news. So you mean that very soon you will step out of this compound to become the wife of Abagan people? Hey!
Onyebuchi, don't play smart with me. You are just happy that I'm going to be leaving this compound, okay? This is where you're happy. That is the only reason you are happy for me.
Miss Oma, don't misunderstand me. I'm only happy that finally you have truly given up on the king. And that you have to Chijo Goye of Abakana. That's why I'm happy.
Should I say this?
Eh?
I think I was being greedy the whole time. But I'm glad. I'm glad I finally saw that I didn't even need him. I didn't need Obiozor. He wasn't my kind of man. He's not the kind of man I want to be with as a husband. He's too complicated. He seems like he's not sure of himself. I want a real man. A man I can say he's sure of himself.
Oh.
Yes.
Miss Oma, I am happy that for the very first time, you're beginning to reason properly. Well, all I have to say is that you must try as much as possible to be a good companion to Chijoke. Eh? And not that disrespectful one you've been to me. Endeavor to give him food.
No! I need to say that one. Food!
Every man likes food. Every man likes food.
Oh.
Hey.
With all due respect, Ezemo, I don't think it's a good idea.
My daughter, I understand your fear. But I'm assuring you that Obiozor will not make the mistake of harming you. For he is already aware that you are under the protection of the central deity of Anenugu. So, to continue staying here is not a good idea, my daughter. So you have to return to your father's home. But I'm still assuring you that no harm will befall you.
But I still love him. And I used to love him. Don't you get it?
Chizoba, I suggest you forget about the king, just like Ademo did. A good man will come for you. All the glitters are not good, remember?
Exactly. Chizoba, we used to be best of friends. But this whole issue of wanting to be a queen has brought space between us. And sincerely speaking, I don't like it. The king is still in love with Okukwe. And Okukwe told the people that a woman tormented her life while she lived in the palace as a queen. Don't you get it, my dear friend? This won't just work.
I appreciate your kind gestures towards me. I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. But something in me still tells me that he's going to come around. I'm not going to give up. I'm not giving up. I will wait for him.
You mean the priest gave you that assurance?
Yes, he did.
That means you'll be moving out of this place as soon as possible.
Today, precisely.
Good. Good news. What is it, my love?
My mother.
Your mother?
Yes. You know, she's not in support of what I did. She thinks that I left the king because I never loved him and because of you.
My love, see, do not allow that bother you, okay? For the gods and the goddess of healing will take care of everything. Okay?
Okay.
Gerald. Gerald.
My king, are you okay? My king, I'm talking to you. Please answer me. Are you okay?
Bia, Onyinyechi, what are you doing here?
Greetings, Mama.
Keep your greeting to yourself. You want?
Mama, only came
To do what? You only came here to make a fool of yourself. What is wrong with you maidens? You're so desperate that you don't even know when to stop. Well, listen. The king wants to be left alone. I said you should go. That's the meaning. He wants to be left alone. Go. Can you imagine? Her mother broke up our friendship just because I told her that you are not interested in her daughter. Now she has come here to make a fool of herself. Ewu.
Now, my king. My king. I guess I have to let you be too.
How did you know I'm here?
I am the king. Ogwe. I know everything. What have I done to you? Why are you doing this to me?
Doing what?
What is it that you find in that chemist that you don't see in me? I love you. You're my world. You're my everything.
My king, I didn't leave the palace because I wanted to. Neither was it because of Atoyin. I left because I had numerous encounters with a strange woman. I told you about it. I just confirmed that that strange woman is a goddess from Nofia Lake. You desperately want me back to your palace so you can continue to rape me.
No.
And not solve the problem that is big enough to consume you. I'm sorry to say this, Obiozo, but you have finally turned out to be such a terrible king.
Okokwe, you know that what you have just said is not right, but then you're the only one who can speak to me in that manner. And I won't get angry because of what I feel for you. I haven't come here to fight you, Okokwe. Neither have I come here for exchanging words. I have come here so that you and I can find a way out of this, so that you can come back to the palace. Please.
I'm sorry, my king, but I can't really tell, my king, but I suggest you ask questions. Or better still, find the Iruka that you once got married to on the bank of Nofia Lake.
I never married another woman. You are the only woman that I have married and I've loved deeply all my life. Can you not see that I want you back? Please, Okokwe.
I'm sorry, but like the strange woman said, my destiny is tied to another.
What does that mean?
Atoye and I will be getting married. We are making plans already.
Okay, don't do this. You can't do this.
Calm down, Your Majesty.
Onyebuchi, allow me. Do not tell me to calm down. Buze?
When the anus itches, it calls for attention. How can I be of help?
Go find me that bastard and tell him that I request his presence before me. Atuenyi. I see that you're not afraid of me. Atuenyi.
I am convinced that greater is the spirit that gives life than the one that takes life. I move with the goddess of healing, and she will never allow the spirit that takes life come near me.
Quite poetic. Huh? You two should leave us alone. I'd like to have a conversation with this man. You can leave. You can go, Onyebuchi.
Atreyu, my seat is quite comfortable. Sit down.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
So I take it that you are willing to contest a woman with your king, Atreyu. Come on now. This doesn't make sense at all. Huh? This is a woman that I married, remember? I already married her. She lost her virginity to me at 20. What are we talking about?
I am not bothered.
You're not?
Yes, I am not bothered. You took her without her consent. But I will leave that to the gods to handle. The goddess of healing gave her to me in assurance. Though I am a great healer, but I'll be greater with her as my wife. Believe the goddess of healing rose and counseled the abomination you were committing with her. The benevolent goddess wants to finish what she started. Or are you going to be the one to stop the gods?
Young man, you are beginning to provoke me.
You broke my hand and collected my woman just because you were named the coming king. You defied her for 6 months, for she never wanted you as husband. I forgive you. I forgive you, for she has finally come back to me. But please, do not come for her again, neither me. Go and find another woman, and you will find peace.
I see you have a lot of gods, Atreyu. But I have also noticed that you have forgotten our culture and tradition. So I'll just bring you up to speed. A woman who's been married to a king can never turn around and marry a commoner. It has never happened in Igbo land. It has never happened in Enugu. And it is not going to happen. Not now. Not in my time. Get up and get out of my palace. Now. Out. Out!
Can you hear the voices of the gods watching us, seeing what we're doing?
I don't want to talk about it.
Greetings, Mama.
Oh, yes. Mama, after my warnings not to visit the king, you still went ahead to visit the king.
Mama, what did I do? What did I do, Mama? Why are you accusing me falsely?
So I'm a liar. I saw Mom on my way coming back home. She asked me to warn you to stay away from her son. You needed to have seen the embarrassment. Onyinyechi, why are you so classless? Onyeki Yiri.
Mama, what did I do?
Oh, you still have the mouth to talk. Okay? Not ever.
Is there a way somebody can explain this nonsense to me?
A king without a queen? I don't understand. Why are we playing politics with something as gigantic as the office of the queen of an Enugu kingdom? If the departed Umuada and Umuopu of an Enugu will rise against us, can we stand them? All of us. Can we stand them?
Ichokwana Sanya, you are right. A king needs a queen. But you are inescapably aware that the king is doing something about that.
What has he been doing? Tell me. What is he doing if not doing everything humanly possible to bring back his ex-wife who already abdicated the position of a queen? She ran away. Why? Why can't we look a goat in the face and call him a goat? No, why are we looking at a goat and we are not calling him a goat? Why are we calling a goat a different name? Or does it mean that I am unfortunately part of a council that is afraid of ordinary goat?
Is it our king that you are indirectly calling a goat?
Why are you asking? His proverb is clear and unambiguous. Ichiokwana Asanya is referring to our king as a goat.
Well, listen.
And to me, that's unacceptable.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I've already made my point. He has to get a wife who is going to become the queen of an Enugu. Or he will abdicate that position as the king. He will leave the throne. In fact, he will leave that palace. That palace is the property of the kingdom.
It hasn't come to that. I have not seen the king done anything wrong here. Oh. Yes, let's give him more time.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. You know, most times when I bring out my Ikenga in the morning to pray, I'll keep asking him, can you explain why you will make me a co-member in council with men that have no balls? Huh? Do you know, all of you, I will meet you at the other side.
It's just being very anachronistic.
It's just being very anachronistic.
But what does he mean by that? That he will meet us at the other side?
It means nothing. Let's stop according him special respect. He's a masquerade. And all of us are equally masquerade in an Enugu.
No, let me tell you. Let's all tell him that whatever he think he knows, we equally know it more than himself. We cannot do anything.
Ichiokwana Asanya is just being very anachronos. Anachronos and ignorant.
Yes.
Why is he being very conservative? Nyabe kwarakono I will say you.
Oh no, kita akebia.
Orakono I will say you.
Oh no, kita akebia.
No singing again. Oh, Chimo. The trees and the wind and the thunder. The sign in the sky is so dark.
Mwada Heltata King.
Greetings, my king.
Why have you stopped the royal vehicle?
Your Majesty, in an Enugu, Nwada always gets whatever she wants.
See no yet time stop thinking about Okukwe and look at me for once. Be sincere with your judgment. Is Okukwe anything near me?
Is this why you stopped me?
My...
Move this.
The sign in the sky is so dark. The rain is not falling again. Oh, Timo. Kedi aiji siani wekoro. Obugini yo. Kedi aiji siani wekoro. Obugini yo.
Obuefi.
My king.
Atwenyi the chemist came to the palace to mock me. He told me that a goddess of healing, who happens to be on his side, intentionally disrupted my marriage with Okukwe to complete. I don't understand it. But most importantly, Obuefi, I felt scandalized and insulted by that statement. And that is why I have come to you, Obuefi, to confirm from you if the goddess of healing has any kind of connection with Ebelenu of Norfia, the one who supposedly tormented my wife while she lived with me in the palace. I'm quite shocked and surprised that you're staring at me in that manner. I have come here to seek answers.
My king, I am just surprised you are inquiring from me for the very first time concerning this issue.
And that is because things are no longer at ease. That is because I want answers. Although I asked Mbuze, who is my personal seer, to see for me, he tried. But all to no avail. And that is why I have come to you, Obuefi, to seek answers.
My king, listen. Ebelenu of Norfia is the goddess of Norfia Lake that Iruka was praying to when you came and asked her to pray for you. I believe you still remember that. Ajebunkita, the mechanic of Norfia, who ministered to you freely, will be very disappointed in a man like you. Ebelenu made you king simply because you promised to marry Iruka, the maiden of Norfia. But what did you do at last? You disappointed. You failed. And that is why they came back to torment your life. Men who are really men stick to their words.
Obuefi, you see, I promised you a marriage out of exuberance, you know. But as time went on and I was about to become king, you know, it dawned on me that it's only proper and fitting that I pick a maiden from for a wife. As opposed to picking someone outside of our land.
My king, you can marry from anywhere, as long as your spirit and your strength match with the woman in question. You see, people are having problems in marriage simply because they marry people whom their spirits do not match with. And that was your problem with Okwe. Okwe was never your wife.
It is simple. You have to travel to Norfia and find the maiden.
I find the maiden, and what next?
Get married to her, of course.
What then happens to Okukwe?
Then she can marry Atoini, who I believe is her destined husband.
Mommy must really think it's easy, huh? I love that girl. As far as I'm concerned, Okukwe is the sweetest woman that I have ever been with. It will be very difficult to let her go. I love her with all of my heart. The reality is that I cannot see myself with another.
But son, you're left with no option. You have to let go.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay. Oh. Ichi Okwana Sanya, greetings. Excuse me.
Ezobiozo, I have come to ask you to pick a wife urgently one that we can name the queen of this kingdom, or you abdicate the throne of our fathers.
I like your guts. I must tell you. You walk in here, you look me in the face and tell me that I, the Igwe of Anenugu, will abdicate his throne if I do not find a wife within your timeline. You have guts.
Well, I need to remind you, Ezubiozo, that it is not your throne. It is the throne of the people of Anenugu.
That's so.
And let me remind you that in our history, we never had a king who reigned without a queen. Are you now going to be the one that will destroy our history? You will not say that I didn't warn you. Urgently pick a wife that will take the position of the queen of Anenugu, or you abdicate your position as the king, the same way your wife, your ex-wife, abdicated her position as the queen.
No way. I would never listen to them and let her go. No, I can't. She was the sweetest even when I took her against her will. You can imagine how sweet she would be when she finally gives it up willingly. I love her. I would never lose her to anyone else.
Mbuze! Mbuze! Your Majesty, Ichie Okwana Sanya is right. You are on the verge of losing this throne.
What have I done? Do I not have a wife?
You know I have a wife. Yes, I have a wife.
Okukwe is my wife. I have a wife.
Why are you still talking about a woman who belongs to another man? Why? I warned you from the outset, but you wouldn't listen. This throne is important to you. And to me too. You must not lose it. Go to Nofia in search of that maiden you promised to marry. Or better still, get married to a maiden of Anenugu. I would have suggested that you marry my sister Mesoma, but she's now married to a man of Abagana. Go to Nofia and solve this impasse. You must not lose this throne. And you cannot fight the gods. Neither can you fight the goddesses.
Ichie, I have seen the kola nut you brought, but that was not what brought me here. I am here because I heard about the press conference where you submitted that it is odd and crazy, underlined, for a king of Anenugu to be living in a palace without a wife.
And do you have a problem with the press conference? Or have you come here to preach to me, Mr. Cactus? No, let me understand something. Are you here on your own, or were you sent by anyone?
No. Ichi, I was not sent by anybody. I came here to approach you because I am bothered.
Bothered about what?
You see, many people are now saying that you are now inciting people against the king. And that is not good. It is not good at all.
Really? Okay, let me ask you. What do you think yourself? No, am I really inciting the people against the king? Let me tell you something, Mr. Cactus. You see that palace where they live? That place is not his house. The facility is not his. That place is the property of the kingdom. And both of them, the king and the queen, have defined responsibilities in the administration of justice in this kingdom. Now, the king is living without a queen. That automatically means that the office of the queen is vacant again.
And you think a man like me will keep quiet because of what the people are saying? Really? You see, my problem is that young man may come after you. Let that be my headache. Of course. No, let him go ahead and come after me if he believes that he has the balls. Listen, I called that press conference and I was very specific in what I said. If you are close to him, you may go back and tell him. He has to pick a wife urgently so that the office of the queen will become relevant again. If he fails to do this as soon as possible, then I am going to force him to abdicate not just the throne, but even that palace. He will come out of that place so that another king will emerge. Equal command, it will never ganya. You got to go as only will Hey, Ichie, as funny as it sounds, and as serious as you are, let me ask you, man to man, do you really think that you can single-handedly dethrone a sitting king? Ichie, that man might send assassins after you. Let him go ahead. No, if he believes he can send assassins after a man like me, let him go ahead and brief the assassins. And let us see who is going to drop dead in this land. You know, let me tell you something, Mr. Cactus, then. You go back to your house and continue the job you are doing as the cactus of this kingdom. I don't want to disturb you. So don't disturb us in the politics of the land. I call the press conference and what I said is very emphatic. If he fails to pick a wife so that the office of the queen will become relevant again, then exactly what I said in that press conference is what is going to happen. Are you going to bet me on this?
Your Majesty.
You have done well. I like her. She is beautiful.
I'm glad you like her, Your Majesty.
I do. Awali Changwa, tell me your name.
Nwamaka, Your Majesty.
Nwamaka. Imakwan. You're beautiful. Mbuze?
Your Majesty.
You would have to excuse me. Let me have a moment with this beautiful woman standing right in front of me. Please sit. Forgive my manners. Once again, you're welcome to my kingdom. I will tell you this. The fact that I am naturally attracted to dark-skinned women is not the reason you're here. You are here because my spirit accepts you. From the moment I saw you, something in me agreed with you. You know, something in my spirit, you know. And that is how I feel about you.
I am confused, Your Majesty. I don't understand.
You are confused. It's fine. I will clear your confusion. Have you looked at yourself lately? You're beautiful, warm, nice, and wonderful. You come across as nice and alluring. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll take that as a compliment, Your Majesty. Thank you.
I asked my God to find me a woman. The reason is simple but a bit complicated. But I'll tell you this. I want a wife, a woman who will be the queen of an Enugu. Would you, my dear, like to be a queen?
That will be great, Your Majesty.
I see you're all flustered. Don't worry. I know it's a bit strange. You'll get used to it. Relax. We're peaceful people here. Omali Changwa, I would like to make you my wife. Wamaka.
Wow, I'm blushing.
Mom, you should have seen this girl. Nice looking, dark skinned, beautiful. You know, I saw her. The moment I laid eyes on her, I knew that she could, you know, she could take Okukwe's place in my life. She can make me happy, you know.
Really?
Yes, Mom.
How long have you known this Mwamaka?
I saw her today, you know, for the first time. Buze found her for me.
Who are her parents?
We got talking and she told me that the mom unfortunately passed a few years ago, but her father is very much alive. His name is Mazitabo. Have you heard of him?
Mazitabo.
Mazitabo.
Mazitabo. I don't think I know him.
Well, our community in Enugu is quite big. You can't know everyone. But I'll get her to come see you in a few days. I'm positive she would make you happy, just like she already makes me happy. And everyone lives in peace, and we put an end to all of this fiasco. And just, you know, for once, live in peace.
Talk for me, talk for me. I sing Gila and we're on time.
Greetings, Sinze.
Greetings.
Greetings,
Mama, I greet you.
Mama, for how long do you wish to bear grudges against me? Mama, remember that all that happened was never my fault. I'm still your daughter. And I'm still alive. Please, Mama. Please, I beg you. Forgive me.
It's alright. Stand up.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Atwen, how are you?
Mom, I'm fine. And I want to thank you for your understanding.
It's all right, my son. Let's leave the both of you while we're going and change.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, my daughter.
Thank you, Mama.
Did you hear me right? Eze Obiozo demands to see you this moment.
I am not coming. Is that not clear enough?
Are you sure you are on right senses?
Gods of my ancestors, I thank you so much for this miracle. Who am I to be the next queen of this land? Oh, I can't believe this. I hope I am not dreaming. I hope this is not a dream. I just can't wait to share this good news with Papa.
You don't just do things simply because you want to do them.
Who are you, please?
Don't you ever go to the palace again. It is a warning. Disobey me and you'll be killed.
I am sorry, Mbuze. I don't want to see him. Is that difficult to understand? My life is still dear to me.
I'm as confused as you are, Your Majesty. It was like she woke up on the wrong side of the bed. She just refused to come.
Just like that? Did she tell you anything at all? Did she give you a reason, even if it's just one reason?
I'm short of words, sir.
That is strange. Are you sure she did? She must have said something to you, Mbuze.
No, she didn't. She only said she doesn't want to come with me.
This is really strange. I mean, just the other day, all that young lady wanted to do was just be with me and be around me. She was really excited. She was happy, you know, to be associated with me. Suddenly, she doesn't want to see me. Something is wrong, see.
I'm sure something is wrong.
Wamak, I was told that you declined my invitation to the palace. What is the problem?
There is no problem, Your Majesty.
There is a problem, because you clearly refused to show up at the palace. Remember I told you that today I would introduce you to my mother. But I couldn't even tell her that you have refused to show up, because that would be very embarrassing. I'm sure you understand.
I am sorry, my...
Wamaka, you and I had an agreement. We had an understanding. I told you that I'll be replacing my ex-wife with you.
I am sorry, my king. But I am no longer interested.
Why?
It's a private decision I made as a young woman of this land. And I want it to be respected.
What did you just say?
Yes, please come again.
I said I'm no longer interested in the king. Same here. You see, I've finally come to terms with you guys. It's too complicated. And it's very obvious he doesn't love me. Same with his mom. So I just want to give up. So I can have peace of mind.
Wow. I am so happy to hear this. Listen, Chizoba. None of them being an enemy of progress there. It's just that I don't want to watch you going for something that is never meant for you.
A good man would definitely come for us.
Yes.
And all this will be a story. Amen. Definitely. Can we please be friends the way we used to? Why not? Come here.
I can't just be left out.
Oh,
I'm so happy now. You have just 3 days to get a wife or abdicate the throne. So listen to what your mother is telling you. Go to Northia, find that maiden you promised to marry. It will not take anything from you. Don't tell me you are still thinking about Okukwe. Well, if you must know, Okukwe is now married to a twin, and from what I heard, she's even pregnant. That shows she is not for you.
She's what?
Pregnant. All the while she was living with you, she never took him. This shows that both of you were not meant for each other. Son, please, travel to Northia. Find that maiden. Bring her home. And everything will be fine.
Am I not the happiest man on earth? Huh?
And am I not the happiest woman on earth as well?
You know what? The day you're going to give birth to this child, I am going to get you whatever you name. Whatever. Yeah.
So you're not getting anything from me till then?
No, I didn't mean that. You know, I can always get anything you want for you. Yeah? But that disown will be very special. Very, very special. Yes.
Baby, you heard it. Come out.
Atweny, I understand your surprise and confusion seeing me here.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Greetings, Your
Greetings.
But I assure you, I come in peace. Okukwe, how are you?
I'm fine, Your Majesty.
I am here because I hear that you're pregnant. Is it true?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. You know that for 6 months you lived with me as my wife, and not for once did you get pregnant. And then you got back to this man here. He touched you. Alas, we have something to celebrate. Atwemi.
Your Majesty.
Hold your wife.
We cannot pretend. If the eyes can see, if the ears can hear.
By the power vested in me as the king of Anenu, I hereby bless this marriage. May no harm befall you.
He say.
May you find peace in this union.
He say.
You shall bring forth children that shall grow to live responsibly and represent our people properly.
He say.
Look, I'm going to walk in one way.
He say.
The both of you shall live to reap the fruits of your labor.
He say.
I wish you long life, prosperity, in good health.
He say.
I pray peace upon your household.
He say.
Atwini.
Your Majesty.
Mad. Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you very much.
I shall take my leave.
May the gods bless you.
Bless you too.
Just like in my dreams, the king blessed my marriage. It just happened.
My love, did it just happen?
Yes. It just happened.
Son, you haven't told me what is delaying you from marrying that maiden.
Do not worry yourself, Father. I do my things my own way. You should know that.
Son, you need not to tell a wise man to leave the sun. You have to make hay while the sun shines. She's a beautiful maiden. And if you don't take time, someone else might take her away from you.
Impossible. That's impossible. It can never happen. Inuka is mine and mine alone. If any man dares to interfere, he should be ready to lose his life. Yes.
Even at that, son, you still need to pay her bride price and bring her to this palace.
All right, Father, I've heard you. I will surely see to that.
Very well, son.
Father, is that all you want to discuss with me?
Yes, son. It is. Because it is very important.
All right, Father, I promise I will do something about it. It's a promise.
That's okay, sir.
Thank you, Father.
My friend, you are the luckiest lady in Nofia.
Tell me, why do you say so?
Did you just ask that question?
Of course. What do you mean that I'm the luckiest person in Nofia?
You'll soon be getting married to the prince. Yeah. You are a queen in the making. And what was that for?
You will not understand.
Why do you always say, I will not understand? What is it I won't understand?
Uzandere,
you will not still understand.
I guess you're hiding something from me.
My friend, some things are better left unsaid.
Some things are better left unsaid?
Sure. Tell me, how are you? Forget about me.
I'm fine.
Why are you doing this to me? Why can't you just rise from us?
What?
Please help me. Please.
How? How do you mean I should help you?
Iruka, you know we will be getting married soon. Let's find a way to make it rise. I believe if you touch me, it will rise.
Really? And who told you can only rise when being touched by a woman? It is obvious that you're not man enough. I just confirmed that.
How dare you talk to me in that manner? How dare you?
I am sorry, but let the truth be told.
Say the truth for yourself. And never you speak to me in such manner, Iruka. And let me refresh your memory. You are my wife to be, and there is nothing you or anyone can do about it. Udo, what is the problem? Since you can't rise when a beautiful girl, a sexy girl like Iruka is ready for you, then tell me, what else can make you rise?
My disappearance wasn't intentional. I did not know that as a king of an Enugu that I could marry from a different land. I didn't know. So it wasn't like I was set out to hurt and disappoint you. My intention was not to promise and fail. I just did not know better. I know you're hurt. Please. I acted out of ignorance. I didn't know. Please forgive me. Please.
I've forgiven you.
You have? Thank you. Thank you for being so understanding. Thank you.
The truth is, I've been spiritually connected to you. Despite all that has happened, I do see you in my dreams.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
It truly means that you and I are connected and you're really destined to be my wife. Yes. But I also hear that you are soon to get married to the prince of your land. Is it true?
Yes, but...
But what?
I'm just coming from his place.
Okay.
Something is not right.
What is not right?
I don't think I should tell you.
You should tell me. I'm here because of you. I'm here for you. Huh? what she told me. Huh? That he cannot experience erection. And I'm asking myself, what kind of marriage would that be if the king... Will that be if he doesn't... Are they going to be happy together? Listen, I just want, Iruka to be mine. I want a woman who is truly mine, so that I can have the kind of joy and happiness that you're currently experiencing with Ukukwe. Huh?
Do not worry, my king. Everything will be fine.
How?
You surely have a wife.
How? As we speak, the prince of Norfia is set to get married to Iruka, and I cannot interfere. You remember what happened the last time I tried to do that? Hey, man. Huh?
Do not forget that your marriage with Iruka has been signed by the goddess of Norfolk. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it will surely happen.
You're sure? Oh, okay. I think your wife is back.
My beautiful wife.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Greetings. Can you come?
You came to visit us today.
Yes, I stopped by to say hi, but he told me that you had driven out to get a few things.
Oh, yes.
I'm from Nakagi Village.
Oh, Juleja,
Good. I was just on my way out before you drove in.
I hope I'm not the one chasing.
Not at all. Not at all. I have been here for a while. So let me run. Wana.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Answer my question. What were you doing with the king of Enugu?
He came to see me.
As in what? He came to see you based on what? Answer me!
With all due respect, my prince, I already told you that the king is spiritually connected to me, and there is nothing you or anybody can do about it.
Will you keep your mouth shut before I hit you? How dare you speak such trash to my ears? How dare you? Now let me warn you. Never you meet with him again. If I get such information or catch you by myself, then you will see another bad side of Prince Okangamado Okangamu. Now leave my presence. Get out! You belong to me. I am your future king. And there is nothing anyone can do about it.
You mean you saw her?
Yes, Mom, I saw her.
Our ancestors, I thank you. I thank you so much. So when is she coming to live with us as your wife and our queen?
Mom, it's complicated.
How do you mean?
She's soon to be married to the prince of her land.
What?
This is really, really confusing. I'm confused. I don't know what to do.
Could it be that he's aware?
Who?
Unu. Unu who sent words to me that he would like to meet with me privately after your meeting with them.
Meeting? What meeting? I don't have a meeting with them. We don't have a meeting today.
He said there's a meeting. What exactly is going on?
No. You called this impromptu meeting. The king is here.
I know.
Can you tell us that which made you to call this impromptu meeting?
I just want the elders in council to be present as I remind the king that he has just 2 days remaining for him to make a choice of a woman that will be his wife and the next queen of this kingdom.
Or he abdicates the throne.
Is that so?
Is this why you called this meeting?
Is it not big enough?
Why are you behaving as if you hate our king so much? What? Why are you going about this as if you are the only one involved? You may have a valid point, but you are going about it the wrong way.
I want to understand something. Are we saying that we are prepared to allow the king continue to rule without a whip?
Our king is already making a move on this. So why mount this pressure on him?
Listen, I am not... I don't understand how you are twisting this. But let me just tell us something. It might interest all of us to know that I am already gathering support. On how I am going to force this council into doing the right thing. If it finally happens that way, please, let nobody blame me.
Are you going to ambush the council?
I am not going to ambush the council because the council has already ambushed themselves by refusing to do the right thing.
If the eyes can see, if the ears can hear, if I will know thee, if I will know thee, if the eyes can see.
Greetings, Kangamon.
Greetings. Greetings to you. I was told you are looking for me.
Yes, my prince.
Please, who are you?
I am Atwin, the medicine man from Enugu.
Enugu? Wait. I hope you are not sent by your king.
Not really, my prince. I'm here to see you.
You say you are a medicine man, right?
Yes.
Sit.
Thank you.
So, can I know the reason why you are here?
My prince, you have a problem. And I know your problem.
What are you talking about?
You do not experience erection, my prince. And I can give you a medicine that can take care of that.
You mean you can?
Yes, I can. But on only one condition.
Ezobiozo, please, you have to leave now. I don't want him to walk in here and see you. Please.
Hiruka, I have run out of options. What do you want me to do?
Please. I don't want him to come here and see you. He wants me never to see you again. Please understand.
Hiruka, I'm not going to be losing just the throne. I'm going to be losing you. I'm going to be losing my mind. I need your help.
I am sorry, but you just have to understand, please.
Hiruka, what am I going to do? I'm confused. I'm out of options. What do I do? Huh?
Iruka must have told him. Yes. Iruka. You have touched the tail of a lion. I will so deal with you. But should that be the case? No, it shouldn't. The medicine man said he could heal me
What if he finally heals me? That means I'll be free from this mystery. Yes. All I have to do is to leave Iruka for Obiozo. That wouldn't be more to sacrifice. My inability to experience erection has ruined a lot for me. No medicine man was able to heal me. How do I solve this problem?
My prince, the medicine that will solve your problem.
Are you sure this will work?
Go ahead and drink it. Prince of Kangamado or Kangamo. And get any maiden in your land. You see how your body is going to react. I just want you to have a confirmation. There are medicine men and there are medicine men.
You mean if I take this, Udogu Akuro?
Ganga ganga.
Eyes can see, if the ears can hear, if I will know thee, if I will know thee.
Oh, I can't believe this. It worked. Gods of my ancestors. It worked.
My prince.
Oh my dear. It really worked. Yes! It worked! Oh! Atweni.
I visited all kinds of herbalists, but none of them was able to heal me. But just a cup from your medicine has done this magic. Oh, Atweni, I am so grateful. You are indeed a great medicine man.
All praise to the goddess of healing who made it possible.
Thank you so much, goddess of healing. Thank you so much.
Atweni, I will reward you for this.
You can reward me in the condition I gave you earlier.
You mean to leave Iruka for your king?
Exactly.
Just that?
Yes.
Well, it is done. Obiozo can go ahead and marry Iruka.
Good.
She is all his from now.
Prince of Kangamwadu. I like men that keep to their words.
Atweni, you have no idea
of what you just did for me. I mean it. I am no longer interested in Iruka.
Thank you for this.
I should be the one thanking you, and may the gods bless you.
You say...
And you know what? I will name my first son after you, Atweni.
Thank you, my prince.
Thank you once again.
Listen, I am positive that if you can just calm down, we can find a way to work around this, okay? Please.
I'm sorry, my king. There is nothing I can do. I don't want the prince to come here and meet you. Please, just go.
Even if he comes, we will explain to him and I believe he will understand. You said that you've been spiritually bonded with the king. So why then are you concerned about this physical connection with the prince?
Prince Okangamadu is a beast. He would not understand anything. Please, my king, you have to go, please.
It is either you or no one else for me, Luke.
I said it now.
Prince Okangamadu.
King Obiozo of Anelu.
I greet you. I greet you.
Why is she running inside?
Well...
Iruka. Iruka.
Come.
I never expected to see you here, but since that is the case, I want to let both of you know that you are free to marry each other.
Hey.
Yes, I am no longer interested. For Atueni, a great medicine man from your land, healed my inability to have erection. I can now experience erection as I speak to you.
Atueni?
Yes. He gave me a condition before he brought the medicine. That I should leave Iruka for his king. I, Prince Okangamadu Okangamu, I am a man of my words. I made him that promise, and I am here fulfilling it.
Okangamadu?
Omo.
Okangamu?
Omo. You can go ahead and marry Iruka. I can choose any maiden of my choice.
Okanga, thank you very much for being a man of your word.
You're welcome.
And thank you for gifting me with a priceless jewel from the land of North.
You're welcome.
I appreciate. Atueni, honestly, to say that I am elated is an understatement. You have indeed made me a very happy man. I mean, I don't know how to describe or explain what you did, but you have done it. And you did it for me. I just don't know, what do I do to reward you for such kindness?
My king, you've already paid me by blessing my marriage to Inye. That is the highest payment, my king.
Dalo. Okukwe, thank you.
You don't have to thank us, Your Majesty. You see, my husband actually told me about the whole thing, and I told him to go ahead. And I'm happy it worked for you. You now have a wife. Not just a wife, but the one destined from the gods.
I am the happiest, I must tell you, and for this niceness, I shall reward the both of you.
No, Your Majesty. There's no need for that.
Exactly, my king. No need for that.
Yes. It is fine. I assure the both of you that you shall hear from me. I don't necessarily have to make an announcement, but I tell you that the news will be very good.
There is no need for that.
No need for that, Your Majesty.
Wow, he's a good man, you know.
Yes. The gods are wonderful.
Indeed they are.
You know, I told you they were not sleeping. I'm glad you have confirmed it.
Indeed, Mother, they are not sleeping. Thank you for everything, Mom. Thank you for standing by me through. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mom, you know you're everything. You're the best mother anyone can ask for. You're an epitome. What a great mom should be.
Son, my head will explode. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mom.
You're welcome,
Thank
my
you,
daughter.
Mama. Thank you.
Wow. My wife and my queen.
Mama.
Come here.
Thank you, Mama.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. So, soon I will be carrying my grandchildren.
You heard, Mom.
Yes.
So I assume we get to work.
Sure.
Right?
You're welcome, my daughter.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
No, Isabel. Any idea of why we are summoned here? I have no idea. Let us exercise patience. Until Libre comes.
You can sit. My orders. I know that you all are surprised that I have summoned you quite urgently. It is because the matter at hand is urgent.
Thank you for showing up at a short notice. Ogbuefi Obi Amala Nankwu.
I specifically summoned you.
For you would give us the confirmation that we seek. Ogbuefi, my wife, the Queen, and I found something. That sword, Ogbuefi, is that the sword
That we all have been waiting.
This is the sword of the Queen. Where did you find this?
In our room, right on our bed. It was already there when we got here.
It is a confirmation that the previous queens have defined your fate. You are the queen, and your emergence is a new dawn.
Thank you. To you, Ichiokwana Swanya.
I can almost read your mind. Given the present situation, I know that you feel vindicated. Am I right?
You know the feeling, my king. Sincerely, I feel vindicated. But I am happy. I am happy that finally we have a queen we can comfortably refer to as the queen of an Enugu kingdom. And I believe everybody is happy. Oh yes, oh yes.
Ichiokwana Swanya, decorum.
Decorum is a virtue that
Man in authority must imbibe. At all times. It is very important. You have been quite erratic this past few months, Ichie. As much as most of your points were strong and salient, but you were erratic. I speak to you in the presence of the elders. And I ask you to please apply decorum as we move into the next phase of our history as a people. It is a new dawn for us here in Anenu. It is a new phase that we are entering. As we do that, even when you have points to make, be nice about it.
Noted, my king. Noted. I thank you very much for the admonition. I sincerely appreciate it. Long live His Majesty, heirs of Biozo of an Enugu kingdom.
Anenugu, where's winning? Oya, adela anyuma. Adela anyuma neke. Adela anyuma n'oli. Adela anyuma n'afu. Adela anyuma n'afu.
The throne and the prince in all land. Two elders and smiling again. The birds and no singing again. Oh, Chimo, Chimo. The trees and the wind and the thunder. The sign in the sky is so dark. The rain is not falling again. Oh, Chimo. jisiani wekoro Obukinio Kedia jisiani wekoro Obukinio Kedia jisiani wekoro Obukinio nafio Kedia jisiani wekoro Obukinio nafio The throne and the prince in all land, 2 elders and smiling again.